If you're an entrepreneur, I think, you know, optimism goes a long way. It sounds so simple, but you're going to have a checklist of 10 problems every day that come your way, and that can really get you down. If you kind of are energized and optimistic, that flows through your entire team. And there's like a real can-do attitude versus, getting depressed and like, oh my God, this is going wrong again, because building a company is one step forward, two steps back always, and you gotta have the optimism to get through it. You got to be able to sell a vision, build a culture. I was kind of following companies from the outside looking in, where I would listen, I would get a press release or listen to a CEO talk about his performance, and then I'd write up what I thought in a research note. And I would say that's, they call that maintenance research. It's just not that fun, and when you're the 29th analyst writing your opinion on Disney, like, does it really matter? I felt that we had a competitive advantage to go inside a company based on my background and had it been done at that time, to go in as a WallStreet guy and get in there with the CEO and say, look, this is exactly what you have to say, and really helping the company put its best foot forward, preserve its value. Presumably, there's lots of stock options and shares throughout the organization. So you're really helping companies kind of preserve wealth and manage risk. And it's a lot more gratifying than what I was doing. When we first started, I was with my two best friends, and, people's wives would come and help out. And, every new person we had, we'd say, welcome to the family. And a lot of companies say that, like, oh, the company XYZ family. And, I started not to like that term, because you're stuck with your family, right? Like Uncle Joe comes to Thanksgiving and drinks too much and talks politics, and you got to invite him back every year. When you get to a certain size, I think you're a professional sports team. You got to care about each other, have chemistry, but you got to have the best people in the best slots. Not like a little league team where everybody makes the team, like a professional sports team where you're there to win every day and put forth a great effort, but you still have to have that chemistry and care about each other to win the championship. There are groups that have done a lot of successful SPACs who have a great track record in making people money. But when you think about it, the IPO window has been closed for the last year. Companies have not been able to get public. They still need to raise money. This is an alternative to that. And as an entrepreneur, let's say you have a company, you can negotiate your price in a SPAC. The SPAC can come to you and you could say, look, I want X for the company, and that's what you'll get, versus going out with an investment bank and they'll give you a range of what they think, your company's worth. And then the deal comes together, and you see this all the time on TV. The first day the stock shoots up 20 points and you're thinking, geez, did I just leave 20 points on the table? With a SPAC, you can negotiate your own price. So I think it's going to be in the mix with transactions and ways that companies go public. You want to be out there telling your story. You want to have a firm also sitting out there that you have a relationship with if there's some crisis. I think what we've all learned in the last 10 years is information, bad news in particular, is immediate. It goes to everyone. It could bring down your company's reputation in no time. Do you have a crisis plan? Literally, like, off the shelf, here are all the lawyers, here are all the contacts, here's the playbook, here's who we call, here's how we handle it. Like we do all the crisis work for a fast food chain, which I won't name. But like, it's open 24 hours a day, and like, people get hammered and they go there at 1 a.m. and a lot of bad things happen, right? They have a crisis playbook That may not happen in the paving industry, but someone could get hurt, God forbid, or like a lot of, one of your employees could not behave appropriately, just like a lot of bad things can happen. So you want to be able to play defense at the drop of a hat. You want to also play offense. You want to get out there and tell your story.